I think we are live. Let's give it a second to let the viewers roll in here. Oh, that is a nice visual overlay, Rift. So, all right, visual overlay, Rift. One like. We got we with the high. Here we go, guys. So, I guess let's give it a second to let everyone roll in here before we officially introduce things. So, glad you guys could stop by. Let me just post this on Twitter for everyone on there who might be interested. Yeah, I think as the weeks go on, we'll get better at this. But let me grab the share link, and then we'll get the show on the road. Okay. Hope I did that right. So with that said, let me sign out of Twitter here. Okay. We got 79 watching. All right, let me kick this thing off. So, hey guys, it's El Supersonic Q, and welcome to Lostcast. So this is a new podcast series that myself, along with me and my friend search team, have started, kind of dedicated to Lost media as a whole, and any kind of discussion that has to do with it, whether that be things that are happening in the community or stuff that we ended up finding recently, or just any other kinds of random stories we want to tell. It's just a dedicated Lost media podcast series. And this kind of arose from the fact that we had such a good time doing the Me and My Friends streams, if you guys remember those from a couple weeks ago. And a lot of the times the chat would just ask us questions that didn't have to do with Me and My Friends. And we thought, why don't we just make a dedicated series to just talking about Lost media? So that's what this is, and this is the debut episode. Now, before we continue too far, I want to say that, or actually, I guess let me go back and grab the link for you guys. So, what we're going to do is host these episodes live on this channel every 2 weeks. I think that's going to be our schedule. But we're also opening up for you guys here. I'll post in the chat an archive channel. So when these episodes are no longer live, you guys can go back and watch them on the archive channel. So they'll always be accessible. I know sometimes I private my live streams and stuff, but these ones will not be private. We're just gonna host them or we're going to archive them on a different channel and host them live here. So with that out of the way, we already got a super chat. I guess I will read the super chat first. Oh, what's up, Yusef, aka Sultan? Thanks for that. So, with that said, let me officially say, welcome to Lostcast, and my crew here with me tonight. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves as always?
Okay, I guess I'll go then. Hi guys, I'm Super Reviewer. Yeah.
I'm Ultramax. Hello.
Hello. I'm Rift. I do cool things.
I'm King Mr. Harvey, and then I exist.
Can you do a backflip?
Okay, I guess that takes care of that. So, yeah, got the crew here, and we're just gonna talk about cool stuff. So I see in the chat we got some cool guys. Everyone's popping off. That's great. Seeing some recurring viewers, which is cool too. Okay, so I guess with that said, let's just get into it. So we do have kind of a topic list, things that we want to talk about tonight, and some of the stuff is in the title as well, but we also have some stuff that's not in the title. So with that said, is there anything that you guys want to start off talking about? Yeah, I guess what do you guys want to talk about first? Because there's kind of a lot. There's a lot we could get into.
Well, I think we should start with the recent news that happened, like I think around Monday, that got released, which was Dinosaur Planet.
Oh yeah, Dinosaur Planet. I need to look up on that because, I need to I'm not very well versed in that, but it's a very big thing because this has been a very, very, very actively searched for game for quite a few years now, and it's finally been released, found, leaked. I don't really know.
It was leaked on Twitter, I believe, by some Nintendo 64 archivist. I don't recall, but it was, I think, released or leaked around Monday. And just to briefly explain what this game is about to like newcomers, Dinosaur Planet is originally what became of Star Fox Adventures on the Nintendo GameCube. And it was originally planned for the Nintendo 64 and developed by Rare, known for Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, etc., etc. And during development, I believe Shigeru Miyamoto, sorry if I butchered that name, but the creator of Mario, of course, thought that the main protagonist of the Dinosaur Planet looked like Fox from Star Fox, and he gave the idea to basically make the game into a Star Fox game. And that's where Dinosaur Planet got scrapped and got replaced by Star Fox Adventures. Alright. Any of you guys want to carry it?
Yeah, so actually when you said you didn't know about how it was found and stuff, I was kind of following it a little bit. I think it was the Forest Evolution on Twitter were the people that
Yeah,
kind
it was
of
Forest Evolution that I saw.
yeah, and I actually know the people behind the Force Evolution account. So I actually know them. And I think the story that I was kind of reading the Twitter thread, and I believe the story that they said is that they purchased the prototype from a private collector in Sweden, I think. And then the Force Evolution proceeded to get it online, where it was then confirmed to be legit by one of the developers, I believe. So all around, I feel like it was a really like wholesome story compared to like the crazy like hacks and stuff that everyone did at Nintendo to get the Mario 64 bases and stuff. I feel like this as a whole was a really like a good way for it to kind of happen. And Force Evolution is really reputable, so I'm glad that like they were able to get their hands on it and not someone who was just going to hoard it. I believe the build itself was a later build. It
Yeah,
wasn't. Yeah.
because Fox McCloud was like one of the main characters, so I believe this was like around the time Miyamoto said, "Hey, could you add Fox or any Star Fox content in the game?" That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's still cool though, even though it's later because we hadn't gotten any Dinosaur Planet stuff at all up to this point. I think the most I found was like a strategy guide mock-up cover, I think, that Nintendo Power had like done and was going to release, but obviously the game didn't come out, so the strategy guide never came out. But it was one of those things that people like really wanted. I would say it was up there with like the Luigi's Mansion
Down.
beta, and I would say I guess like Ocarina of Time beta to some extent. Like that era of games, I think will always fascinate people. Like, you know, the Wii has a lot of interesting content and whatnot, and years before the N64 with the NES, we're always finding new NES game prototypes, but there's something about the N64 GameCube era that I think really, really just resonates with people, and that's the stuff they really want found. Like the Mario 64 stuff, Ocarina of Time, Dinosaur Planet. I think it's only a matter of time before we get like the Luigi's Mansion Space World demos and stuff. Like people want that stuff, and I really think with the way things have been going, I really think we're gonna get there one day. So yeah, I was pretty happy that that was finally found. Any other thoughts, you guys?
I have a question because this is in my mind, but is the game kind of playable? Because I heard I was in a group call with one of my friends and they were playing the game or streaming it, and they said apparently the game's like fully playable with voice acting as well, English voice acting. However, like it's not fully playable and you have to hack like modify the game to get it like to
Here's
be playable.
here's the thing about that. I knew a bit about that problem. I think that the problem is that it works flawlessly on home consoles and SD carts and whatever, but on what's it called? On emulators, it doesn't work as well. However, people are working on or have worked on fixes to make it playable on those devices. I guess I don't know. I don't really know how to say it.
Yeah, that was the same thing that I had seen, because I kind of just like skimmed the Twitter thread to see what people were saying. And that's also what I gathered, is that it was mostly playable, but there were some parts of it that would have to be, hacked to make it to the end. But honestly, like I feel like even if it wasn't playable to the end, like I feel like anything from Dinosaur Planet, like at all, like people would have like been all over. Like if it was like a 5-minute like demo, people still would have been like super hype about it, which is cool that like there's that much dedication to that kind of thing. I also saw some people in the chat were talking about Conquer 64.
I would love to see. I'm sorry, but I would love to see that resurfaced.
Yeah, that's another one that people like really, really want. The thing about Conquer 64 though is like I swear I remember like like years ago, I kind of dug deep into the N64 like development stuff, like all that kind of stuff. And I swear I had like come across articles or write-ups that stated like that the computers that developed 12 Tales would be needed to like save the game. And I thought I read that those computers were like long gone or trashed or something, but maybe that was so long ago I don't really remember what I was reading, but I thought I had like I've always been under the impression that 12 Tales will never be found because like quite literally the material you would need to recover it is gone. But maybe that's not true.
Though I think I remember back in 2015, like Rare actually showed footage from their archives of the game, like in a history video of Conquer, proving that they actually have like copies of it, but they refuse to like share it or something like that, which makes sense, I think.
Oh, was it actually like new gameplay that we hadn't seen before?
Yeah. I think I could send you the video because it was by Rare themselves, and it showed like high quality footage of 12 Tales. Let me just get it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
That's
back in
crazy.
20. Yeah, it was back in 2015. I was super hyped for it. And I was like, oh man. Hold on. I think I should post this in chat if anyone is interested too.
Yeah, that
Hold
would be
on.
a good idea.
Yeah, here that's the video over there. And I'm gonna put in this one too. But
Oh,
this
I
is the
saw.
actual what?
No, you finish.
Oh, no, but basically I was saying that I found this like back in 2015 in a Did You Know Gaming video, and then I just did more research and it was from a Rare video. They did the same thing for that other game that was planned to be like a Super Nintendo game, or it was originally Banjo-Kazooie called Dream, and they showed footage of that both from the Nintendo 64 version and the Super Nintendo version.
Oh yeah, I remember Project Dream. That's kind of an old one. I definitely remember reading about that and like researching. I think I first heard about that from a Yuri of Wind video actually. I think that was the first time I heard about it. I forgot all about that one actually. But I saw in the chat Seeker of the Lost, what's up Seeker, said, "Oh, what about that crappy like Xbox demo of Conquer?"
Make
I missed
Seeker mod.
Oh, he said, "Remember that god awful Young Conquer demo Xbox showed off a few years
I
back."
did.
I remember that one.
Oh, that was really cringe, awfully bad.
I don't know a lot about Conquer. I'm honestly not like a huge Conquer fan, so I don't know a lot about the development history and whatnot. But yeah. Also, I saw that.
I felt like
Oh, were you saying something?
oh, sorry, continue. No.
Okay, I was just saying that I saw Drink said, I have a theory that there was never going to be a time limit in Luigi's Mansion, and the demo just had a time limit so people could take turns playing. That's a good theory. I never thought about that before. I've always been under the impression that there actually was a time limit in the game, though. Like it would have just like I think maybe like there was originally a time limit planned, but like considering Pikmin also has like a time limit, I think they probably wanted to get rid of it in Luigi's Mansion so they wouldn't have like the same gimmick in two new games, you know. But it works really well in Pikmin. I think probably better in Pikmin than it would have in Luigi's Mansion. So yeah.
And let me see. Mango LaCroix says time demos aren't that uncommon, which I can definitely vouch for, because I've seen a lot of demos for games which have time limits and whatever.
Someone also mentioned the GoldenEye 007 dig that also got leaked, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can you talk about that a little bit more? Because I
it's-
don't actually know a lot about that.
What it is
Okay.
the HD Xbox 360 port of GoldenEye 007. I believe that's what got leaked, which is pretty cool because that's a very legendary game. One of the first big multiplayer, I can't remember, first-person shooters.
First person.
Yeah, I'm not a huge GoldenEye person, so I can't really comment about the gameplay. But
It's really impressive, I gotta say, for like the emulation, and they also got it working online as well.
mhm. I'm really glad that that's playable because oh, sorry, I need to raise the volume of my mic. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we'll
Riff,
probably
we
like
all like it.
iron out the creases as we go. This is the debut episode. You guys gotta give us a break here.
Yeah. Oh, oh wait, I don't.
People are asking about the fake lost media, and
Oh, we
I think that SSQ should talk about this since he really wanted to talk about it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. This would be a good segue. Because Dinosaur Planet is very real, and GoldenEye is very real, but there's something that's not real, and that's a bunch of stuff that's actually been coming out recently. So this is again kind of going along the lines of not a not like this is more of like a community topic, not really a specific like lost pilot or something. So I wanted to have a discussion about fake lost media, kind of a PSA, I guess. This is something that I've been noticing has been happening more and more recently for some reason, where a lot of people have kind of put forth these either like fake images or fake leaks or just people like misinterpreting a YouTube video for something that it's not. And I kind of just want to like talk about that and kind of debunk some of the things that are going around now. So I guess somewhere that that I kind of want to start, which is maybe where this all came from, which is where it all started from, is the me and my friends stuff. So we obviously are like the me and my friends search team, and we did the streams a few weeks ago, and we debunked some of the things that came out of that. But I was still getting questions, about like certain things that people were finding about me and my friends, and like rumors that people were talking about with what happened on set and stuff. So I guess kind of rumors aside, more so when it comes to just like fake content. Something that got passed around quite a bit because there was a YouTube video that claimed this. And maybe you guys have seen this already. It was a video that claimed to have found the theme song for the animated CGI pilot. And if you listen to it, it definitely sounds different. It doesn't sound like the final show at all. It's a little higher pitched and the voice actors are different. And pretty much someone just uploaded it to YouTube along with a story in the description, that said like back on November something 21st or something 2001, Nickelodeon accidentally aired the Backyardigans CGI pilot, and this is the theme song from it, and like people kind of ran with this story because it sounds like somewhat believable, on the surface, like, oh, okay, like Nickelodeon accidentally aired the pilot, and if you listen to the music, it definitely didn't sound like the Backyardigans theme that we all know. So people have kind of been running with this and telling me, hey, look, this was found and this is, from the pilot. But it's actually not at all. And Harvey was actually the one to bring this to my attention. So Harvey, you might want to explain where that came from.
So it was a cover of the song actually, and if you pretty much like find a cover of a theme song and then say, "Oh, this is from that Lost pilot that happened years ago," you can pretty much convince like little kids on the internet. And what I really think people should do like do more research on where the stuff actually comes from before like you just assume, "Oh, okay, this guy actually is believable." But yeah, that was a cover of the theme song. It's not real. The animated pilot never aired. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what else to add.
And another thing which I think people have been talking about, which now is a lot. Sorry if my. First off, can you in the chat tell me if I'm still quiet? Because if not, then I can boost myself higher, and I'm boosting myself higher as we speak. Okay. Anyways, what was gonna say was the Sponge Boy Ahoy. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
When that pilot intro thing got first uploaded and posted, a lot of people were saying, "Oh my goodness, this is the real pilot, your intro, guys." And on first glance, it could definitely appear as that. However, it was actually meant to be a ARG alternate reality game. I'm not too well versed on that, so I can't say, "Oh, this is what happened." And so it is fake. It is almost most. It's not even almost. It is provably fake. And so, even though most people know it is, there's still people that are not falling for it because it wasn't intentionally supposed to bait people, but you know.
Even the person who did that even confirmed that it was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Harvey brought up a good point about researching the original sources where things are posted, especially with like the SpongeBob Ahoy thing. Like that made its way to the Lost Media Wiki forums, which is where I first saw it, and I don't know, like something about it just made me think it was like probably real. Like I don't know, it just gave me that feeling, right?
It's like
But
if we went
people,
back. Oh, I was gonna say, like, what if we like this is kind of like the astrology with Squidward thing. Like, remember when everyone thought there was those two missing astrology with Squidward shorts? It's kind of like that, basically. Like, think about it.
yeah, it's like people kind of just assume something to exist without actually like considering the likelihood of it actually existing. Because some people in the forums were explaining that the earliest the pilot that we already have, the SpongeBob Help Wanted pilot that we already have found and everything, that's like the earliest animation in the timeline that could have possibly existed based on, the other context when it comes to SpongeBob's development. So there was no way that an animation for SpongeBoy would have existed because it doesn't make sense. And I'm not saying that everyone should know that because it's not really common knowledge, I guess, if you're not really a SpongeBob fan. But when it comes to where things were posted, that's where you need to like look into it, because if you literally checked the channel description for that channel where the video was first posted, it literally said that the content on this channel is fake, right? But it took me to read that on the Lost Media Wiki to even like know that that was there. And all it takes is one person taking that video, and I think it's actually been re-uploaded many times to YouTube already, a bunch of re-uploads, and like all it takes is that one re-upload, and then it snowballs, and people, add new details to the story and change the story, and then it becomes this like believed thing, and it's just not true. So definitely like check to see where this stuff is coming from to begin with. And I think for the most part, um, like you can kind of use your common sense too, I guess. Like, do you think Nickelodeon accidentally aired a pitch pilot on November 23rd at 11:30 in the morning. What's the likelihood of that actually happening? Probably like very slim.
If there
You know,
was
like
go ahead, sorry.
no, what were you saying?
Oh, if there was like a promo like either a week before the premiere or like a day before, then it would actually make sense. But if there wasn't, then yeah, it would have been fake.
Also, just wanna, like, side note, I saw that Sebastian was timed out, but Sebastian's a cool dude. I wasn't looking at the chat, so, I didn't see what he said, but okay, but Sebastian's a cool dude, so, I think he was asking about Slamfest. I can talk a little bit about Slamfest, later on after we get through a few more of our topics, but, okay, so Sebastian gets the token timeout for this stream, the meme timeout. But yeah, I'm back to the Sponge Boy thing. I don't think, like, to my knowledge, right? Kind of what you were saying, Harvey. Like, the only time, to my knowledge, that pilots have actually aired on TV or been shown to the public was, like, just for example, like the Cartoon Network Big Pick Weekend. They had a collection of pilots that they showed, and the viewers voted on which ones they wanted to turn into an actual show, which has been documented, and that was like a thing that happened. But networks just aren't going to show like pilot episodes for accidentally for no reason. And this kind of then we're getting into crazy like far off like theories here, but this brings me back to a topic that I covered a few years ago. It was like the Angry Beavers cuffed together pilot. So there were allegedly two pilots made for Angry Beavers. One of them, or both of them, people didn't even think existed, but it took like over a decade for one of them to resurface on a bootleg DVD of all things. So that one is confirmed to be real. But there was this second one. Oh, and that one was called Snowbound. They were like in snowed indoors. But the second one, called Cuffed Together, um, has been unconfirmed for years. And I came to the conclusion, based on my research, that the only thing that exists from it is a fan fiction. That the whole episode isn't real. It was just a fan fiction that was posted about in the early 2000s, and because of the way the internet was back then, people kind of just ran with it and kind of turned it into like its own, its own thing, thinking it was a lost pilot. But it's not. However, I still get people to this day who doubt my research and claim that they remember seeing it aired like internationally in South America and like in some parts of Europe. And like, to me, that's just so like unbelievable. I know that international extensions of networks like Nick and Cartoon Network, they do get a little weird with what they show, right? There's a lot of stuff that is either local to those networks or just they're more daring with the kind of content they would show. So I'm not like disputing that. But what I am disputing is the fact that, one of the Nickelodeon channels in Europe got their hands on this pilot that's been unconfirmed to exist for like 2 decades, aired it once for no reason, and no one has any like record of it. Like, that to me is where things kind of get out of hand. So yeah, there's just a lot of like rumory kind of stuff like that is out there when it comes to that kind of thing.
Can I add something here about the whole ARG kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been noticing there's like a lot more lost media ARGs showing up now. And sometimes I'll get like, somebody will send me something and it'll be like, "Hey, look at this." And I'll be like, "Hey, that's an ARG." And necessarily some people would think that this is a bit of an inconvenience, but in all honesty, I think that it's one of the coolest things ever, combining lost media into an ARG, as long as you don't like try to maliciously like ruin a search or something. As long as you're like giving the sort of artistic value to it and expressing the story in your own little way, I think that it's a wonderful work of art, and I honestly think that there should be a bit more lost media ARGs out there. And yeah, that's what I have to say about it.
Yeah, I guess I don't disagree with that actually. I guess when you think about it like that, like the guy that made the Sponge Boy Ahoy one, like he probably wasn't doing it with like ill intent. Like I don't think he was trying to troll people. I guess where the line blurs is when people like viewers of that like don't actually look into like the context of what it is, and then they start posting about it elsewhere and saying, "Look, this is real," and then that's where like the snowballing occurs. I remember like people thought a date with SpongeBob was an ARG. I remember like early on, which is kind of funny to think about.
That would actually be really cool, but sadly not true.
It does feel like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, be honest. Who thought a day with SpongeBob was, um, never mind.
What?
Alright.
I wasn't paying attention to what you guys said in the.
Yes, I do think a day with SpongeBob is real. I wish I could have won that contest and spent a whole day with my hero SpongeBob. Yes, if that's what you were wondering, the answer is yes.
No, okay, I was gonna say, who thought Day with SpongeBob was real at first? Like,
I thought it was actually faked.
I
because-
thought it was some sort of unsolicited thing,
I
like
legitimately didn't
some
know
other
anything about
company.
it until I saw Bedhead Bernie video on it.
Yeah, I think when I first
Wait,
saw.
now Jorge's watching. What the? Oh my god.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
sorry. I just had to freak out. Blame on
Blame it
Jorge.
on-
Just chat Crow64.
What's up, Jorge?
Yeah, I was about to say Crow64 is a good example right now. Like,
Hero 64 is a wonderful example of an ARG, and I think that's like why we need to keep this kind of trend going.
yo, I'm actually freaking out
Chat's
right
blowing
now.
up right now.
Yo.
Wow,
Holy-
That's nice.
dude, that is insane.
That's pretty
Okay,
nuts.
well, personally, yeah, back to the whole Crow 64 thing. I personally think that it was a great example of an ARG in lost media. And I feel like the more ARGs that people do, like, because a lot of ARGs are like horror based or stuff like that, and it's like a whole different category. And when you incorporate lost media into it, you make like a bit of the lost media community grow, and a lot more people find out about it. And then from there, you get a lot more searches done, and things just kind of snowball, but not in a bad snowball. You're making a really cool snowman, so it's just an amazing way to get the word out there. So that's
Yeah.
Catastrophe Crow is one of the best ways to
yeah.
go about it.
I love.
Wait, can
There's
someone
also Petscop as well. There's
Oh,
if
definitely.
anyone remember Petscop. Someone I think put in their chat.
I was like, can someone explain Crow 64 to me? Because I've like seen thumbnails about it, but I
It's-
don't know anything about it.
It's a ARG of
But like
basically
what?
a
Like
Lost
what? Like
Intel 64
what
game
is-
that looks like it's some. I don't know like the full details. I just saw it in like ironically Blame on Jorge stream. But basically, it's like a Lost Nintendo 64 game, which was just a copycat of Mario, but with a crow on it. And basically in the videos there was like you like control this crow and he would go around and bizarre stuff would happen. Like I think there was a green crow which took the black crow like away. I don't remember. It was just but yeah, that's like a well-known it was recently a well-known ARG which had like lost media as like something in it.
Okay, yeah. I see that to me makes sense, I guess. And even like when I first saw like because I've seen the thumbnails, I just never like looked into it. But like even when I saw the thumbnails, like oh Crow 64, like it almost like gave me the impression it was fake to begin with. Like it wasn't trying to like be like to be something. Like with like the Sponge Boy pilot though, I feel like that's like trying to be something. Like it's trying to be like a lost pilot. But I feel like with Crow 64, it's like very clear that it's like not trying to like be something else. It's hard to explain, but yeah, no.
Oh, also Seeker of the Lost just typed and I think Sultan told me this as well, but Billy West recently confirmed that he faked the story of the Ren and Stimpy theme song.
Whoa, what? Whoa,
Yeah.
okay, wait. We need to back this up here because I did a video on that like 3 years ago, And
And I
I
watched it.
I totally believed it. I totally believed his story. I wanted to give Billy the benefit of the doubt. Someone explained to me like when this happened. Like when did he debunk that?
It was on Twitter, but I think it was like a while ago on Twitter, Sultan or someone told me in the Lost Media voice chat.
Yeah,
And
somebody commented it on my video because I did a video on 10 pieces of unconfirmed media and I featured the Ren and Stimpy thing, and I started getting comments recently that like the whole thing was faked or something. And personally, I didn't want to believe it because Kurt Cobain is cool, and it just kind of like came out of left field because like this thing has been going on for like months, years. So why is it just now coming up again?
Yeah, rest
So
in
someone
peace,
just
Kurt
oh,
Cobain.
sorry.
Yeah, that's all I was just to say. Rest in peace, Kurt Cobain.
Oh,
Anyways,
so,
someone
Yeah.
asked what Ren and Stimpy story. Anyways,
Oh,
to clarify, Kurt Cobain is the lead member, or was the lead member before he passed away, of the famous band Nirvana, famous for songs like "Smells Like Teen Spirit." And back before his career got started, he went to Spumco and basically pitched a Ren and Stimpy song or the rumor is that he pitched a Ren and Stimpy theme song to them to just have. And this was said by Billy West in a radio interview a billion years ago. I can't remember when. And people have been trying to find it or trying to, you know, exist. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Someone could probably explain it better than me.
like they were trying to like based on Billy's story that he told that Kurt Cobain wrote this theme song for Ren and Stimpy. I think people were trying to confirm that his story was legit, but also find like the song itself or find proof that the song itself existed or something from it, right? Because that's something that people would want to know, right? Like a lost Kurt Cobain song. So I think back when I made the video, I don't even remember. Like, I wanted to believe the story, but I don't know enough about Nirvana or Billy West or Ren and Stimpy or any of that stuff to really like make a judgment call on it myself. I was kind of just like hoping it was real and it seemed likely. There were some pictures floating around with Kurt Cobain holding like a Ren plush toy, right? Because I think he was a fan of the show. Well, I guess if he's holding
He
a Ren,
was.
What?
He was a fan.
Oh, okay.
Emphasis
Yeah.
on the was. Sorry.
But see, I wonder if maybe that like I wonder if like that's where like why Billy like started the rumor, because like if Kurt was a fan of the show, it like it like makes sense, I guess. Like I mean, it doesn't make sense why he would have said that, but it makes sense like in the context of the story, I can understand like where it came from. Like that makes sense to me. But that's too bad that it's like that it's not real. And I think some people in my comments were actually debunking it. Like years ago, they were saying stuff like there's no way that it could be real based on the timeline of when Nirvana got popular, because if Kurt had gone in there, like at the time that Billy said he did, then everyone would have known who Nirvana was at the time, right? Like it wouldn't have made sense for no one to know who he was at the company. So there were definitely some like discrepancies with it, but I kind of believed it was real, and that's too bad that it's not. Man, I feel like I've been trolled for the past like 4 years. Like I really thought there was some substance there, and man, if Billy West wasn't the Lost Media Wiki, I think he'd get banned for that because he made a fake story.
Yeah, that case, like who are like ban list in LMW, Billy West. Just have that.
Imagine being Billy West and being on the ban list.
Yeah.
No, I think the worst part of this is that he's probably like forgotten about this story over like the past few years.
When was
So
the
I don't even
podcast?
think he like remembers telling it.
Yeah,
I think he
when
just
was
kind of
the
made it up
podcast?
because he was probably at that point not doing amazing.
If someone could ever find me the tweet, I think Seeker of the Lost was saying he couldn't find the original tweet, but if someone could actually find it and show it to me, I'd like to just see like word for word what he said.
All right, so I think we've got fake Lost Media out of the way. That was a
God.
lot of stuff. What do you guys want to talk about next? We have a small list. Oh yeah, let's talk about the thing that's in the title.
That everyone,
Super
yeah,
Wide Pilot.
the Super Y.
Can someone? I'm not in the loop with that.
Well, we're
I'll just-
super Y. We're super readers. We're gonna read some, but I don't remember how the intro goes.
Okay, I'll just space. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
intro-
so Super Y is one of the most popular PBS Kids shows back from the 2000s. However, the pilot, of course, it's lost, but it was originally aired on Nick Jr. and it was going to be a stop motion animated thing before it went to CGI, and of course, it's lost with only like 3 photos found. But I think there's an update on that, but that's like someone else to carry on because I kind of outside of the page, I don't have no clue about it.
Wait, I have a question. When you said the pilot aired on Nickelodeon?
No, it was planned to air. I think it was planned to air on Nick Jr. or something like that. Like I
Oh.
said, I'm reading off the W page.
I'm on the Lost Media Archive, and it said that the pilot first aired in 2000 for Nick Jr., but I don't know how true that is since it's on a fandom site and it can just be edited. So
Yeah, the Lost Media Archive is a little bit shaky.
yeah.
Okay, but I think
Yeah, well,
like
I was gonna say actually, about the pilot because I was kind of interested in the pilot, a long time ago when I was doing, what was I? I think I think it was around the time we were doing I started doing the Backyardigans, me and my friends stuff. I remember, yeah, I had first found the pilot and I was just interested in it because. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm not like a big fan of Super Y. I think they're like better kids shows, but the fact that it went from claymation to CGI and that it had existed way earlier than I even thought it did, made me really interested in it. And unfortunately, I just never got around to really researching it and everything. But
I stopped watching when the dog character was introduced. I thought they were running out of ideas.
Oh.
When was it introduced? Because that's almost concerning. Like,
That
know.
was in 2010. I think early 2010. They
Okay.
introduced like the new character that was like, nope. But okay, so here's the update on that pilot. According to the LMW, on February 19th, 2021, the sound used for the intro was found by Stefan Lawrence in Scramble Fan 2021. However, the audio is apparently higher pitched, and the beginning and the end of the music is cut off. So
Yeah.
someone published on YouTube like the theme song or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's I guess that's what was found. It wasn't the full pilot yet. It was just the beginning audio of the theme song. But this is the thing though. I kind of connect this to the fake Lost Media bit from earlier. Not that it is fake. But I actually don't know where it came from. I just saw it was posted on like Reddit and YouTube, and I don't know where it came from. So it seems legit, right? And like I don't know who would fake a Super Y pilot theme song. So I'm putting my money on it being real, but I don't know where it came from. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything of like all I know is that it exists, and I guess that in itself made me really like interested in looking into it further. But also another thing too that I think kind of again echoes back to like me and my friends is I feel like we're kind of entering a like lost kids show pilot like renaissance here. Like it to me, yeah. Like I don't know if you guys kind of feel that way too or not, but like I guess I just I remember like back a few years ago, everyone was into like the Cartoon Network stuff, the Nickelodeon stuff, and Meso Blues, and you know, like the fake Ed and Eddie pilot that doesn't exist, right? People were like really into that kind of stuff. But I feel like we're getting to the point now in the lost media like community where a lot of that stuff has either been found or it's like there's already like an ongoing search effort that is literally like at a dead end. Like the Jimmy Two Shoes pilot. I'm literally still waiting for some guy from Teletoon to contact another guy from Teletoon for me to get word on if he has it. That's like where we're at right now, right? So either that or like things have already been found or debunked or you know whatever. Like we already had the SpongeBob pilot, the help wanted. Like that's already been found long ago. So I think the thing is like people want, because I like lost pilots. It's probably my favorite thing to look for when it comes to lost media. So I think people are kind of like shifting. Oh, they still want to like look for lost pilots and stuff, but now they're shifting from, you know, like the Cartoon Network Nickelodeon stuff into the kid show stuff. And there's always been an interest in kid show pilots. Like I've always been interested in them as well. They would kind of just like just come up as I was searching for Nickelodeon stuff, you know, like they just always be there. But now I think people are really starting to look into them more and you know, really uncover more of them compared to what we were doing, you know, a couple of years ago with them, where it was just like me and my friends and like a couple other things. Like the Bob the Builder pilot too was another thing that I saw is kind of gaining steam.
I found that, by the way.
Nice job, Harvey.
And I also do want to point out something, since you mentioned Bob the Builder pilot. So when I came out to finding it, someone came up to me saying, "That's so cool. Can you contact the creator of Super Y and get the pilot found?" Someone like replied to them saying, "I have the theme song for the pilot," and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And they didn't know like how to get it on YouTube or anything, so I told them how. But I don't really know if it's that exact person that was trying to get it that who actually found the theme song. I don't really know where the source for the theme song actually came from, but I did remember someone saying, "Oh, I found the theme song. I just don't know how to upload it."
Can I say one thing about the children's lost media renaissance thing that you were saying, LSSQ? Um, what I love is that there's I think the main reason why is because, you know, the main people that were searching for the Cartoon Network and the Nickelodeon and all that, those pieces of lost media at that time were people where the nostalgia for that was still fresh. And now we're getting to the point where the people that are nostalgic for, you know, me and my friends pilot, the Blues Clues pilots and whatever, not pilots, Blues Clues pilot and whatever, that it's starting to become, you know, to the point where the people that are feeling nostalgic for it can search for it, and that's what I love. And there's some stuff that I've been looking for, and I'm really glad that this stuff is actually picking up steam, because this is something that's very important to me and definitely a lot of other people.
Yeah, I think you're right too. That's something I didn't really, I guess, because like you know, I'm not old, but like I'm older than like um a lot of the generations, I guess, that would have watched that kind of stuff. Well, I guess I did grow up with Blues Clues. I did quite literally grow up with Blues Clues. I remember watching that, but I guess like I don't like Super Y and like Little Einsteins and things like that was definitely after my time, you know. Um I mostly grew up. I'm just thinking of about like kid shows. I think like Bob the Builder was like right on the end of my like childhood like entertainment scope. And then before that, I remember watching Blue's Clues a lot. I watched Big Comfy Couch actually. I remember watching that a lot. Um there was I think I watched like Gullah Gullah Island 2 on Nick Jr. So that was kind of like my era. But Super Y and Backyardigans, those were a little like past my era. But yeah, I definitely
Those were from my era.
Yeah, me
and
too.
my
I
era
used to
more
watch
so.
Super Y.
Yeah, I have several Lil Einstein's DVDs, and
I have a VHS recording of Little Einsteins.
oh, I
That's
have like a VHS, like a retail tape, or like a recording of um the actual channel.
I have a bunch
nice.
of Thomas the Tank Engine stuff.
Because if it's a recording of Playhouse Disney. You know, I have a friend who buys those tapes actually.
That seems cool.
But yeah, there's some stuff that I'll probably talk to you about some of the stuff LSSQ that I think you might enjoy searching or learning about later, because there's some stuff I'm into. Anyways, next up, not next up, but like stuff
Coming up
that
next.
stuff that's found. The Who Framed Roger Rabbit 2 script, was that?
Yes, that was
Who wants
found.
to
That
talk
was
about it?
found.
Yes, by
Um,
the
hold
date.
on. It said that the script was found by Lost Media Wiki user Yoshi Killer 2S after he got a script from a collector.
Yeah.
So if you guys want me to do it, I can go ahead and cover this.
Yeah, sure. You
Please.
have the mic,
So,
man.
if you guys don't know, the Who Framed Roger Rabbit movie, it was about Roger Rabbit. He got framed. Pretty self-explanatory. So it was such a good hit movie at the time that there was a sequel planned, and the first sequel planned was actually called The Toon Platoon, and it took place during World War II. But it was actually canceled because you can't make fun of that. And after
Yeah.
that, they had a second planned thing. It was called Who Discovered Roger Rabbit, and it was in the late 1990s. And Steven Spielberg was actually in charge of it. So what they did, they no longer had this idea for Nazis and stuff, and it would have been CGI, in fact, with the live action mixed with traditional animation, all that stuff. But the budget was actually too high, and the studio just wasn't like working good. So after that, they in like 1998, like they did a pitch test, and it was leaked online or something. Like I don't remember when it was leaked, but there were a bunch of stuff starts leaking online and stuff. And January 22nd of this year, which was my birthday, woo, the Who Discovered Roger Rabbit script was actually leaked because somebody got it from a collector. And yeah, so now the script is found. I think there's a way to look at it somewhere. I'm not sure, but
It's
I'll
in the
definitely take a
bottom.
look at it.
It's at
Is
the
it
bottom of
is
LMW. There's a script
is
for
it?
the two versions, Who Discovered Roger
Oh, they
Rabbit
were
and
both the versions were. Okay, I didn't know that.
I'll send those into the chat.
Well, I am going to have a good read tonight.
Yo, anyone wants to read this like roleplay RP, bro?
No. Nah.
You want
I'd
to come to
rather
my Who
not.
Framed Roger Rabbit RP? Come on, guys, please.
Yeah.
Oh, Yoshi
Our
Killer's
server-
actually in the chat. Thank
Is
you.
he?
Oh,
Thank
hi,
you.
Yoshi Killer.
Is
I
here?
missed you.
Woo!
I don't know if
You
you
are
remember.
here. You rock.
Oh yeah, I remember Yoshi Killer. I think my first interaction with Yoshi Killer was when I was doing research for my first Meso Blues video like 4 years ago, and I was looking for like I was looking for like content from it, and Yoshi Killer had actually uploaded the small bits of Meso Blues from the Johnny Bravo documentary that was in the season 1 DVD. So I think he had a video of that, and I found that video because I was researching Meso Blues, and I think that's how we first met. Actually, was through Johnny Bravo. So yeah, Yoshi Killer's a cool dude.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Someone's asking for Nasruddin. I don't know how to pronounce it.
It's
Oh, it's
I think this is all you, Sewer.
Nazarden. Oh wait,
Hey,
yeah,
Sewer.
this is.
Oh,
I think
Sewer
this is both on
said
us.
be right
I think.
back.
Hold on. I think I could save that guy's question right here. I'm just gonna immediately search for it. I believe what this man individual told me is that this was a canceled and lost animated movie from the like somewhere from the 1980s or 70s. It was like black and white. Hold on. I'm just gonna search it up. Oh, it's not on LMW for some reason. I thought he sent me a link to it. Hold on.
Okay, well, while he does that, I want to say something about me and my friends real quick. Some people have been
Yeah.
asking, if there have been any new leads or anything. No, there have not been any new leads. We're still waiting for one of them, and Yeah, there's really nothing new. I usually try to do research to find something new, but since we have this like really huge big lead, which I don't feel like talking about right now, because I guess I don't want to get too descriptive with it. We're just waiting for the big lead, and if it goes great, then the search is probably over. Who knows? But I can't really guarantee that it's actually going to be successful.
All right, here we go, baby. Oh wait, I'm muted. Am I?
No, you're muted. I mean, you're not muted.
Wait. Oh, I know I was muted. Hold on, I'm getting a ton of DMs right now. Okay, okay.
Tell them I
Fuck.
said
Where
hi.
is it? Nasruddin is an early title of the film that would become The Thief and the Cobbler, created by Richard Williams. The film would have been based on a series of books about the tales of Mullah Nasruddin, written by Idris Shah, which Williams illustrated. By 1972, 3 hours of footage were completed, but Williams had a falling out with the Shah and abandoned the project. The Shah family gained the rights to Williams' illustrations, but the completed animation has never been released. But however, on YouTube there's only one surviving footage of Nasruddin. So that's what it's about. But anyone
Sure.
want to
We're
carry?
talking. We're talking about Nazardin. Oh boy,
Yes,
Yes,
we
Sure,
are.
sure. You have
we
anything you
rub
want to
my
say?
hands together.
Yes,
From what
yes.
I've heard about Nazardin and what I've been doing my research about it on, I heard that there was like 3 hours of animation actually completed for it before the project was changed to The Thief and the Cobbler, which is really weird because no movie is like 3 hours long, and I guess like they just kept changing the story up to where like they were having overlapping animations for different parts of the story, and I get that really kind of sucks too, but honestly, it's so weird that okay, because the project was started in like the '60s or something, and like the Thief and the Cobbler, I think it was released in like the '90s, right? If I can see, yeah, it was a 1993 film, and it's so weird that it would have 3 hours of animation, then it completely gets scrapped into something else, and then it releases 30 years later. It's such a weird case of lost media, but it has a lot of potential to be found.
Yeah. Also there's like the Turbo the Power Rangers movie, which was also like I think there was like a director's cut which is lost and it was 3 hours long
Where are the
as
Power
well.
Rangers, by the way?
Where the what are the Power Rangers?
No,
Can I be the
Yeah,
Pink
we're
Ranger?
we're the Power Rangers.
Yeah,
I
we're
want
the
to be the
that's
Power
what
Pink
I
Ranger.
said.
Rangers. We're the Power Rangers, bruh.
Can I be
We're
the red
Super
one?
Sentai. I wanna be the red.
Now I think that we've sailed the course for
Super
Nazardin, so I
Y.
think what we should talk about is the current on the hunt, which is the Subway commercial.
Mm.
I
Mm.
love eating fresh.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, uh, whoever wants to talk about it can talk about this. It's the current on the hunt search, which is yeah.
Okay, I guess I can give a little update here because I've been following it. So for anybody who doesn't know, and this is a plea for help because we're kind of at a really big dead end here. So let me explain this. So on the Lost Media Wiki Discord server, we have these searches called on the hunt searches, and what it is, it's like a dedicated search effort to find one specific piece of lost media. This is where the Big Comfy Couch search effort really like grew, and then we ended up getting the Comfy Couch stuff. So our current on the hunt search is for a lost Subway commercial. There are a bunch of videos on it already, including one from the guy who first brought up the topic. So he does a really good job explaining it in his videos what it is, but essentially it's just a really low budget, strange commercial that aired locally back in the '90s, and we kind of want to find it because it sounds really interesting and it'd be cool to see. I guess it's low. It's one of those low budget like, oh, we got to see this because it's so bad and it's lost and there's some mystery surrounding it. But anyway, so we started this search and we thought we had a really like good lead on where to go, where we should like we should take it. So, the beginning part of the search was us contacting like people affiliated with Subway and also employees or previous employees from the WGAL radio station that allegedly played the commercial back in the 90s, according to Barron, the guy that first brought this to our attention. So it's been a few weeks since we did that. Kate and myself have been contacting people, and we haven't heard back from anyone. No one from Subway as expected, but no one from WGAL either, or any of the local stations, which is really disappointing. So we also tried to look up commercial compilations, thinking it may have been in a commercial compilation, which there are a lot of commercial compilations from that area of the country. I think it was Lancaster, PA. There are a lot of commercial compilations on YouTube. So a few of us were looking through a bunch of those. We found some Subway commercials from a WGAL station, right? Which is really cool that we were even able to find a connection between Subway and the local channels, which is good. That's a good start, but nothing when it came to this commercial specifically. And we were starting to get really frustrated. And now we're at a really, really, really bad dead end. Since most of the people we would assume would be affiliated with this no longer are either around or are replying to us, and the commercial compilations don't have anything about it. So it's really, really, really difficult trying to take the search anywhere else because we don't really know where else to take it. Kate had a good idea, and someone else in the server as well mentioned this. I don't remember who they were, but they suggested that maybe we go into like Lancaster like Facebook groups and stuff and ask around if anyone remembers the commercial or remembers seeing the commercial. And that's a good idea. Kate actually said that he had done that, but he didn't get, like, people were interested, right, in getting it found in these Facebook groups, but no one really had anything else to say except for that. So we're really at a dead end right now. Not really sure where to take it. Just joining those Facebook groups is our only thought process right now. We can't really think of anything else to do. I was sent a few other LinkedIn's from like Wow Now Historian and a few other people in the search, but I looked through a lot of the LinkedIn's, right? People who might know about this, and most of the people that I looked at, their resume just says like Subway with like an unnamed year. And even if the year was named, I don't think someone like that would have any idea what this is, right? Like, you'd have to find someone focused in marketing. And we've reached out to some people for marketing back then and just come up empty-handed. So if you guys like want to jump in on this search, join the wiki server and get into the On the Hunt thing. And it's just getting a little frustrating because like we felt like we had a lot of good leads when we started, and now like things have slowed down, and it's getting really hard trying to like figure out where to take it next. I think maybe like just thinking about other searches, and this is the thing too, is like advertising is a very difficult field of lost media to even research to begin with, because it's not like a cartoon pilot where you know who made it and everything, right? With this, we suspect it was a local, like, no name ad agency. What?
Low budget, I said.
Oh yeah. Low budget, no name ad agency.
Surprised me.
Who was just made this one commercial and licensed it out to a bunch of different sub chains, because we've heard different claims that it wasn't just used for Subway, it was used for a bunch of other sub chains, but Barron says he remembers it for Subway, so that's what we've been searching for. Although I guess now that I say that, maybe we should try and find, like, I think Mr. Sub was one of them. I don't even know what that one is, but maybe we could try contacting some Mr. Sub people. Maybe that's actually where we should take the search now, is to try and find try and find the other sub companies that were affiliated or allegedly affiliated with it and contact them. But I guess what I was saying, though, and I guess more so my point is, I think probably based on past research experiences, the one thing that would definitively probably give us an answer to this one way or another is if you guys remember back to my like Fox Kids research for that make a Sega I can't talk. Make a Sega game.
Genesis game.
Yeah, yeah. I had found a marketing director whose resume specifically stated that he ran the contests in exactly the right time period. I didn't have a LinkedIn at the time, so I didn't message him through LinkedIn. Then I lost interest in the topic and I never went back. But someone like that who like specifically said they were from Subway from this point in time and they did marketing and commercial branding. Like that is exactly who we need, right? But the problem is like I don't really know if anyone who would be at Subway would really like list that kind of thing, because when I was researching the Burger King CDI video along with Frame Raider, like I had tried to find Burger King managers and like like corporate people from that time period, and people just don't list Burger King on their resumes, so it's really hard when it gets into that small area of research.
We are an hour in the stream. Congratulations.
Let's go.
An hour
But,
and an hour and 12 minutes to be exact. Exactly 12. It just hit 12.
Okay, that's nice. How do we celebrate? What do we do?
Cake.
No, Happy Meals.
Ooh, yeah. Anyways, next topic. Let me go back to the list that we have. I'm sorry.
Oh, so none of you guys have anything to say about the Subway thing? I'm just
sorry. Yeah.
I did.
I've been
go
watching
on.
it from a distance. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
We
have
all don't know
Eater.
anything.
No,
Yeah,
I
I have
found
to-
the search. No, I'm just kidding.
I have to agree that lost advertisements are really kind of difficult than kind of the others. There was like, for example, the
Oh,
Incredibles.
super chat.
Oh, super chat, nice.
Thank you for the $5.
Marvel.
Oh, it's Marvel. What's up, Marvel? Yay! Cool.
But like I was
Thanks for that,
saying,
Marvel.
okay. But like I
Hold
was
on,
saying,
wait. Just, I got interrupted. Speaking of on the hunt searches, if you guys remember, maybe some of you guys remember this, the very first on the hunt search was actually it was Marvel's topic, and he made a video on this topic on his channel, and it's really good. It was for a Mario 64 Screamer video. I won't get into too much here, but that's yeah. So you guys should check that out. That's cool. Marvel's a cool dude as well.
He
Okay.
started this all.
Anyway.
Yeah,
Hey, can I talk about something real quick? This isn't really lost media related, but it could be. I heard that the TV station Cubo is shutting down this month in like 2 days because
Aw.
NBC is or whoever's hosting it like stopped paying for it and they're like shutting it down. So if you guys know any Cubo content, probably grab it now before it gets lost. Yeah.
Good point. Also, I think the next thing, Cyber Chase pilot. Yeah.
Got found February 21st. No, I mean fuck. February 6th, 21st.
Sorry.
And the pilot of the 2002.
wait, we're talking about Cyber Chase?
Yeah, we're
Hold up before we do that. I wanted to kind of I want to take like a minor, like not a real intermission, but I want to like there are a few things in the chat I wanted to talk about since we're talking about updates on stuff. Just before we jump into something, or I guess let me talk about these and then we'll jump into the Cyber Chase thing. But I just saw some stuff. Yahir Lopez said, LSSQ, do you have any updates on the Wire Toonheads cartoon? So there actually is no update. There will be no more updates to that because it was found like years ago. That was we called it Plugman after Clockman. It was a short animation that no one could remember. All they could remember was that it aired on Cartoon Network, and it was about a guy like unplugging himself from the wall or something. And that there was a really big search effort for that a couple of years ago. I made a video on it, and it was actually found shortly after that. So we still have not found the Toonhead's block or the Toonhead's episode that it was from, that is still lost, the whole episode, but the Wire short itself has been found. And there's a video about that on my channel. And then Bray Bray said, what about Slamfest? And someone earlier was asking me about a Slamfest server and stuff. Yeah, so I'm aware there's a Slamfest server. And as for like updates on Slamfest, for anyone who doesn't know, I made a video about it on my channel, but I'll summarize it here. Slamfest was a live action Smash Bros. Battle that Nintendo held in Las Vegas, and it had costumed Nintendo characters like battling in like a scripted battle to promote Smash Bros. N64. The updates when it comes to Slamfest, I do have like kind of a lot of updates to talk about with that. Like there's a lot of stuff to talk about with Slamfest, but I'm kind of saving it all for an update video, so I don't want to get too deep into it here. But essentially, the gist of what I'll tell you, and also I guess tell the Discord server as well, because man, I don't think anyone knows what they're getting into with this, right? Like, I know that like people really want to find it, and like there's the interest in it is good, right? Like I'm gonna probably join the Discord server later, but you guys don't know what you're getting yourselves into with this. From what I've found since having made that original video, man, and this is coming from me, I don't know if we will ever find this. It got really, really complicated. Again, I don't want to get into like too many details because the search is still ongoing. I'm still contacting people currently, so it's not like a done deal yet. But based on all the stuff I've found in the past, I guess I guess like 9 months since my original video. Based on the stuff I found in the past 9 months, it is not looking good. And I think when people make like the Discord server and stuff, you know, like don't get me wrong, something crazy might happen in that server, and like I hope it does, and I'll probably join it later, like I said. But like I think people actually have too much optimism with this topic, because from what I found, it is not looking good at all. So yeah, there's your Slamfest update. And so that people were saying like, oh, Cubo is ending, and I actually forgot about like Cubo was ending. I remember reading about that a while ago, but I totally forgot that it was ending. I remember watching Cubo a little bit. There were some cool shows on there. And it was a lot of like kids stuff, but it was nice.
So,
Okay.
What now?
Oh well, we can actually talk
Cyber
about
Chase.
yeah, we can talk about okay. I wrote Cyber Chase in the title because I knew that it had been found, but I actually don't know anything about Cyber Chase. Do you guys know anything about
There's
that?
these kids, they're stuck in a computer and they learn math. The
Yeah.
show has been going forever. I swear, I grew up with it from my childhood, right? I watched it the other day because I'm bored and I have nothing to do with my time. They were learning about pi. Dude, it's a kid's show. Why
I
are
love
they
pi.
learning about algebra? What is... Ugh.
I know about
Okay.
the show because I used to watch stuff like that on Hulu, but there's I don't know about the pilot. Does anyone here know about that? And
Okay,
here, I mean
okay.
in the VC.
So I'm in the page right now. The title of this pilot was originally called The Pedophile Case, and it had like the same 3 characters, the same trio. I forgot their names because it's been a long time since I watched the show. Hacker, I believe. No, here's the opening line from the pilot. When 3 kids get stuck into the cyber world, they have to save Pedophile, which is possibly the original name of Cyber Chase before they considered that like name, from the evil clutches of Hacker. Things go our way when the kids are blamed for the death of the citizen's egg. Will the 3 kids claim their innocence and save Pedophile, or will it be too late? So that was basically the generic plot of Cyber Chase. Well, Pedophile. And it was recently found February 6, 2021. And originally on January 21st, 2019, the official Cyber Chase Facebook account released the original 3-minute promo used back in the pilot, which was originally aired in 1999. And I'm hearing that they like people dog Christopher Lloyd, the guy who was in Back to the Future. and who played the hacker wasn't the original voice actor of the hacker. But yeah, that's the only thing I know about this. But hey, it's been found, and the cartoon design looks really cool because it has this 1990s aesthetic. But that's it. Anyone wanna discuss?
Yeah, I guess like kind of the only reason why I was interested in it, like I didn't grow up with Cyber Chase. I think I had a few friends who were like into it, but I just was never really into it. But I just maybe we should have grouped this in earlier with the Lost Kids show stuff we were talking about. Like I just think I like just the fact that a Lost Kids show pilot was found again kind of like emphasizes my point that like people are like really getting interested in the Lost Kids show stuff. Um and even though I'm not a big Cyber Chase fan or anything, I still think it's cool that it was found, right? Just like seeing the earlier incarnation of like a popular show, especially someone in the chat said it had been running for 19 years. I mean, that's like crazy. Um, so I just think it's really cool that it was found, and I feel like I don't know if that like the Blues Clues pilot kind of gives me the same vibe, but like I feel like when that's found, it's also going to be one of those things where it's like, whoa, like Blues Clues, because Blues Clues is still going, right? So like, it's going to be one
Yeah.
of those things like, whoa, Blues Clues is still going, but like, look at where it all started, and it's like, I feel like, in some way, like getting lost content to shows that are still airing and still existing is different than finding something that doesn't air anymore, like the Backyardigans. Like when we find me and my friends stuff, it'll be cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm gonna be so happy when we end that search. But in a way, right? It's almost like we don't have anything modern to compare it to. We just have how the Backyardigans ended, like its final season. We just have that to like compare it to, right? Over the years to see how it changed. But with like Cyber Chase or with Blues Clues, that stuff is still going. So we have like literally the most modern of modern day episodes to compare to the very original version made back in the 90s. And I think that's really cool. And it like kind of gives it like a different vibe, in my opinion.
Speaking of the Backyardigans, isn't it crazy that we're the Backyardigans pilot search team, and there's 5 of us, and there's 5 Backyardigans characters? Isn't that crazy?
That's ironic.
Shut up! I want to be a meerkat.
This Cyber Chase talk is
No, I
making
want
me
to be the
think of Hacker
magenta frog.
Life.
cricketnoise.wav.
Alright.
Rips, you can
Anyways,
edit that in here.
yeah. Yeah.
Who's Pablo?
Uh,
I think that's Sewer.
Pedro.
No, I'm not worthy enough to be Pablo.
Pedro.
I'm like Austin.
You're
Be
the new
Pedro.
kid. No, I'm Austin because both that is my last name and also because I'm the new kid.
Oh yeah, that's
you're
kind of
younger than
accurate.
me.
If you guys want, I would like to carry over to another topic that I found out about recently, if that's cool with you guys.
Alright.
Okay, it's the unsolicited Halo DS game, and I found out about this recently, and it's kind of really weird. So I thought I'd talk about it. I was browsing the LMW for just stuff to look at and stuff, and apparently there was a company. I don't think they were involved with Microsoft at all, but they put the original Halo onto the DS, which is really weird because that's not a game you would put on a DS. And you know, I grew up playing Halo like when I was a wee lad, and I used to play the Red versus Blue crap with my brother and all that stuff. So
Some dude put Portal on DS once.
did that's so why do people do that? I
Maybe
can't
it's
okay,
like
well, I can't even imagine playing Halo on the DS either because that's such a specific thing. You need like
I
the
think
whole
it's for like
screen to see the game.
experimenting. Like you want to experiment, like what game would run best on a DS, or like what kind of vibe it would go for.
Well, the rumor was that there was a unsolicited prototype pitch for Nintendo, and there's like a screenshot of the title screen that like IGN gave like out and stuff. It's on the LMW article. And so Bungie, you know, the company that like owns everything, so they started accusing IGN of lying about the existence of the game, which
Oh,
you
That's
know, you
ironic.
don't lie about, which is either
That's
Bungie didn't approve of this game to even exist, and therefore it was an unsolicited like other company thing, or they just want to cover it up because it was a massive failure. Either one, I see very possible. So you know, I don't think it'll get found because it's not like the Burger King or McDonald's training stuff like that. Like I don't even know if like a copy even exists out there. But it's just such a weird piece of lost media, and it just makes me wonder why would this like exist? Because it's not officially licensed, and who would go through the trouble of putting Halo onto the DS?
I think I have
And
an
yeah,
idea why. I think I have if I could continue.
oh yeah,
So
definitely.
I found on the LMW as well that originally Halo was supposed to come out for the PlayStation 2 or be ported on the PlayStation 2, and there was even like gameplay footage for it. However, I believe that Bungie bought I mean Microsoft bought Bungie at the time, so they have to cancel that. I believe it's kind of the same thing with the Nintendo DS version. I think it depends on when the DS version was being developed, but that's like my theory on why it got canceled. And also, I'll send you the link to the Lost Media thing. And I would, and also the chat too. Hold on, let me just see.
All right, let me check this out here. It says it dates back to 2007. Wow, this
Yeah,
looks like a monstrosity. Man, I guess like Halo enough was like such a popular franchise. I would understand why they would like want to branch it out to like every like different platform of gaming. But I don't know why you would want to put it on PlayStation 2 considering Xbox is like Microsoft's like child. So I don't know. It's just such a weird topic. Even then it's like why would you put it on a Nintendo DS too? That's I don't know. I feel like Halo's like an exclusive PC, Xbox kind of game. But yeah, that's
yeah.
my thoughts on it.
Have you heard those crazy? Okay, this is unrelated, but recently there's like rumors that Halo, the Master Chief Collection, is coming to Switch now, which would be insane.
That okay, let's put him in Smash too. Let's put Master Chief in
Yeah,
Smash. Why not?
yeah. I feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like that's gonna happen. Or
I mean, Master Chief
Well,
got into
aren't they like
Fortnite.
yeah, I was about to say they put him in Fortnite, so it's not that far away.
They take everything from games and put it in Fortnite. Of course, that's gonna happen.
Because Fortnite is lay epic.
They even did.
Fortnite.
Didn't they put Street Fighter people in Fortnite?
Yeah, they did recently. Ryu and Chun. I don't know the other girl's name, but it's the
Chun-Li.
cute Chun-Li. Okay, I was. Thank you. The PS2 is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. Making a Halo game for it would have been a smart room move. Oh yeah, I could definitely agree with that. That would make. Wait, when was this again? Oh,
Or
2001. Okay,
for
they were
memeing
trying.
Pedro in the chat.
Oh, nice. I w- it would have made sense if they were trying to put it on DS because the DS was, I think, one of the like best-selling handhelds in America or the video game console in America, but worldwide it is the PS2.
Yeah, I saw someone say, why would you put a like Halo on DS? But then again, Metroid Prime Hunters happened. Man, I gotta say, Metroid Prime Hunters was a garbage game. I just I hated Metroid Prime Hunters because the control scheme just didn't work. Like I appreciate the effort that Nintendo tried to do for that game, right? Like at the time, given the constraints and everything, like I appreciate the effort, but I don't think I think at a certain point I just quit playing because I couldn't control. I just couldn't play the game. It was like just too hard. So I I can't say that putting Halo on the DS would have been a good idea. Although they did I think put Call of Duty on DS if I remember
Yes, they
right.
did, and it's
They did.
hilarious. It's hilarious, bro.
Is it bad?
I
Probably.
don't know. Yeah, it is, and they like added a ton that you would see in like a Call of Duty console game, which is like the craziest part, but it's like a Nintendo 64 game combined. You can like play zombies and even I think online multiplayer on the DS version. So yeah.
That's
I remember hold on. I remember like I was watching recent Nintendo DS commercials and they used to have a ball with the Metroid Prime Hunters game, like advertising that in early Nintendo DS commercials.
wait, say that again. I wasn't listening.
Oh, I was saying that I remembered like that time when the Nintendo DS was launching and they would have like advertised a lot of Metroid Prime Hunters in there like to get people excited for the DS.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that too. I remember a lot of like DS commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
A couple things I'm just reading the chat. Someone said, well, they're memeing Pedro, which is good. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Good.
And I saw
Donate
some,
to the Pedro Fund.
I saw a few people talk about Kekrok too, which you gotta give. See, I feel like now that like Pedro has become a meme, that like people are like forgetting about Kekrok, but we gotta give Kekrok some love too. You can't forget about Kekrok.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. Sultan told me to tell you guys, like, he told me specifically to tell you LSSQ that he has like a bunch of stuff about this Halo DS thing, and he even sent me like a ROM download. I think I put it in the chat, but not in the chat, but in the Discord thing. And he sent me
What?
a lot of things, and apparently this thing like spans over 11 years of a search. So
Oh,
yeah.
I
Damn.
didn't know it was like a big thing.
Yeah, he sent me a thing from Yahoo Questions and Answers for 11 years ago, and it says, "Where can I find the Halo DS ROM?" And like, I didn't know that, like, cause I was like scrolling through LMW, and it was like under like new stuff, I think. So I don't know why this is just now popping up, but that's weird.
Yeah, honestly, that not that I'm gonna make a video about it, but actually, I don't know if anyone else has even made videos about it. I'm sure like Did You Know Gaming made 50 videos on it already, but
RGBT, I think his name RGT or something like that, made a video on it recently, and that's how
oh,
it got popular.
oh, I didn't know that. Okay, well, forget what I was gonna say.
He's like one of like the biggest YouTubers in like the Nintendo community. So
What's his name again?
RGT85.
I've never even heard. I've never even heard of him. But I don't really watch a lot of YouTube,
I've
so
never seen this guy before. That's weird.
Well, we can give him a shout out then. Okay.
Yeah,
no, we
shout
don't have
out
to.
to
No, we don't have to give him a shout out. No, we don't have to do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
Did You Know Gaming did? I just remembered.
He has
They did cover it briefly.
377,000 subscribers, so I don't know if if it's worth giving him a shout out.
we don't need to shout anybody out. And I don't remember what I was gonna say. Man,
I want to just mention the school. Oh, sorry. Continue.
no, I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Okay, but I just want to mention, like, this is Lost Media related, but today there was the Pokemon Direct, and I talked about it in chat here too, and I found this pretty cool. But the Pokemon Direct happened, and in the beginning they were showing off like the history of Pokemon, and they actually mentioned the Lost DLC where you had to connect your mobile adapter to the internet to like get exclusive content, which is Lost Media. They actually like mentioned that in that video, and I just got chills when they did that, and I said to you guys. But
Yeah,
yeah, that
I
was
that
pretty
was
interesting.
yeah. It's really cool when like Nintendo and like Pokemon like reference their own like lost content. I remember like reading about that like the broadband cell phone adapter thing like years ago. Um yeah, I remember it's crazy that kind of stuff, like to think that it existed at one point in time. And I was saying to you that like they could never release it again because the service that the phones used, or the phones themselves, are obsolete now. So like you could never recreate that. Like same thing with the old I think they were called like Wonder Machines. I think they would show up at like Nintendo events and stuff to get like the legendary Pokemon. Like they don't do Wonder Machine events anymore because it's all over the Wi-Fi and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
And also, there was a disclaimer when they were showing that off, saying like, accessory. I think it was like accessory not available in all regions, just to like say, all right, so then we're not even gonna re-release this ever again.
Yeah, because it was Japan only as well.
Yeah, it was Japan only. Anyways, I feel like we should move into like I think one of the last ones we have, which was the King of the Hill Fox Kids version, and I think I'm
Oh,
gonna leave LSS. Oh wait, do you wanna like do
well, I
intermission
was just gonna
first?
say, before we get into that, I just saw the chat. The chat was saying, a lot of people have been asking me about. I've been noticing all night. They've been asking for an update on the Jimmy Two Shoes pilot. I don't know what would prompt like an update from like so many people asking about it. But yeah, I'll give you a. I actually don't know. Sewer, was the Fox Kids thing your idea?
Yeah, it was. But you can go ahead and talk about Jimmy Two Shoes first if you need to.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't know anything about that, so that's all on you. But also, oh, I guess the our Lostcast archive channel has 69 subs, which is a funny meme.
It's nice.
And
Thanks a
yeah.
lot, guys.
How do we celebrate?
Yeah, so I guess I will just say before I talk about Jimmy Two Shoes. So for anyone who missed it earlier when we talked about it, how these are going to be handled, these live streams. So you guys know that I usually don't like keeping live streams up on my channel because it kind of clutters up my main uploads. So this will not be saved on my channel. However, we have opened a secondary channel called Lostcast the podcast, and we're going to upload these full live streams to them, as well as some segments that I want to upload that I think might be interesting to people if they don't want to watch the whole thing. So I guess as I say this, I'll link it here. Lostcast. I know I just did, but now that I'm talking about it. So you guys can find that channel there. You can sub to it, and that's where all this content is going to go. So
Okay, sad
you'll always
news.
be
We
able to watch
reached.
these. They're not going to edit it or anything. They're going to go there.
Sad news. We got 71 subscribers now. That's sad.
Oh, we lost the 69 meme.
How do we memorialize this moment?
Die, I guess.
Or we can talk about the Jimmy Two Shoes pilot. So that's right. I guess that's what we're
That's
gonna
the best
do.
segue.
Yeah.
So I don't know why everyone was asking for an update because as far as I know, nothing. Like, did someone else find something about it that I don't know about? Because as far as I know, nothing has happened.
Yeah.
Since the last time I talked about it, which was I had contacted, and this wasn't even in my video. I think it was in my video where I mentioned like a treehouse employee. I contacted a treehouse employee and he got back to me. And this was like several months ago, and he said that he didn't have anything to do with Jimmy Two Shoes itself, but that he knew someone that worked in that like department at or not Treehouse. Why am I using Treehouse? Teletoon. He knew someone who worked in that department at Teletoon. So he gave me his contact info, and I sent him an email and I messaged him and stuff. And I never heard anything back. So then I asked the guy who gave me the info, hey, can you message him for me? Because maybe he doesn't want to talk to like me, but they knew each other. So he said he would message him on my behalf, and he did weeks ago, and we just never heard anything back. So I'm gonna give it a little while longer, but if nothing comes of it, I might just have to start from scratch again and just start looking through employee names and everything. So that's the update there. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is right now. So yeah, Suri, take it away with Hank Hill.
Well, I'll tell you what, LSSQ. Oh, we have a super chat. Oh, okay. More info sent to Super Reviewer about Halo DS. Yes, Sultan, I have got it, and I will look at it when I get the time, which is something really interesting. But with the King of the Hill thing, apparently it aired on Fox Kids, and it had like a couple of promos, but like
where's Hank Hill?
Yeah, where's Hank Hill?
Should I just do the Hank Hill impression?
You know
Like
what,
Yes.
throughout
when you're
the-
talking about this, just
You
do
were-
it and with the impression.
Well, apparently King of the Hill had aired on Fox Kids. Now, obviously, this isn't that kind of show that you would put into a kids block on Fox Entertainment because, well, it's Fox. And so what happened is, obviously, you're gonna have Hank Hill, myself, swearing, and it's just not gonna happen, okay? You can't expose kids to that. The boy ain't right, okay? So what happened was it's assumed that there had to be a favorite, or excuse me, there had to be a different cut of the King of the Hill episodes, which cut out all the swearing. So whenever I threatened to kick Dale's ass, they had to cut that out. Now it's unknown if any of these exist somewhere, or if it was even aired with the swears, because it's Fox, it's not MTV. But yep, that is the King of the Hill Fox Kids lost cuts. Yep.
I think I remembered like King of the Hill was actually rated PG in the TV ratings or something like that because it wasn't like Family Guy where it had like dark humor or messed up content. It was just like a bunch of mild swears and that's it. So I think it would make sense kind of to have them in Fox Kids, but just like it's like
Yeah, I
the
feel like it would be
situation with
like TV, like TVY 14 or something, because like it really didn't go anything like F word wise or anything. It was just mild things like hell and ass like that. So
yeah, yeah. And also it was like The Simpsons. It aired on Cartoon Network like in I think another region, and I think they had to cut stuff out from that series because that had like more inappropriate content that children should be consuming at that time. And also someone mentioned, yeah, King of the Hill was nominated for Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards once. And Super Reviewer I think remembers this because we were talking about it.
yeah, I it's just so weird. It's such a weird thing to like associate as a kids show because in reality it's not. It's
It was
weird
like
to me.
more like for teenagers or something like
Yeah,
that.
because Mike Judge, he also made Beavis and Butthead, and that was just kind of aimed towards, like young adults and like late teenagers and stuff, like people around my age and stuff. And that's really cool that like people associate with kids stuff because I grew up watching Adult Swim. I was a wee lad, and whenever I saw Robot Chicken, it was time to go to bed. But you would always see King of the Hill, and it was like pretty passable for a kids show, not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, like I was allowed I was even allowed back in elementary school to watch Family Guy and all that. I was a lucky child, and also
then- And
I
then
was a
there
big
was
fan of King of the Hill. Oh,
and then there was
continue?
me, and my parents didn't let me watch, or my dad did not let me watch Chowder.
What?
I have no idea why. I just have this vague memory of just 2011, me trying to
He's
watch.
afraid. You're gonna like break the fourth wall on your own, and like everything's gonna fall to pieces, and you're gonna wake up from your coma, Riff.
Bro.
Mm,
Okay. I just have like a random question I just see keep on in chat. Super Reviewer, who's your favorite Go-Go's Crazy Bones character?
It's Mosh. I have a Mosh figurine on my desk, and they're also asking any info on the Go-Go Street Buns pilot. Personally, I'm not pursuing it anymore because I don't want to bother anybody who was associated with the animation company because they don't like being associated with it, and I don't want to like just pop up and be like, "Hey, remember that thing from 2011 where you did this and you were really ashamed of it? Haha, do you remember?" Yeah, I'm not pursuing it right now. I'm sure that other people can, but as for me right now, I'm not that interested in it. Well, I am interested. It's just something I'd rather not do because I don't want to invade personal spaces of animators who have probably better things to do.
They're possibly making the next food fight or something like that. Oh, okay, that's a little bit.
Please, please.
I was reading the chat too, and I also saw someone said, Regina Falange said, I don't know if you saw it, but I mentioned that something similar happened with Daria airing on Noggin. I don't know for certain, but I read somewhere that Daria aired on Noggin and had to be cut. Pretty sure that was like an MTV cartoon. I don't
Yeah.
know why that would have aired on Noggin, because even though both of them are under the Viacom umbrella, that doesn't make any sense to me. Which reminds me, maybe it's time to give you guys an update on the Ozzy Osbourne to Oswald the Octopus commercial. Is it time for an
Alright.
update?
No, it's only 7:45. I wouldn't say it's time. No, it's time.
Oh, you better believe it's time. So this is kind of, I guess, like another, like, I guess another, I don't want to say like it's like a plug, but kind of like kind of at a bit of a dead end here. So for anyone who doesn't know, this is a kind of another search I've been involved in recently. Seeker of the Lost, who was here earlier, brought it to my attention. He made a video about it on his channel. You guys can watch that. There's also a forum post in the Lost Media Wiki forums that I made that talked about it. And pretty much there was some recollections from Reddit that state a crossover commercial existed between Oswald the Octopus, the Nick Jr. Show, and Ozzy Osbourne from the Osbournes MTV show. So the gist of it is, yeah, that a commercial existed and that it was aired during like the Kids' Choice Awards. And we currently have no visual evidence that it existed, no proof it existed, just these claims. So that was a few weeks ago. The topic was first brought to my attention. Again, me and Seeker were looking for information and stuff. I also joined a Nickelodeon archive Discord server that was able to help me with some stuff. So we were able to debunk a few things. One of the biggest claims is that it aired at the Kids' Choice Awards in 2002. We looked through the entirety of a 2002 Kids' Choice Awards show. It was not there. We looked through the 2003 show. It was not there. I've gone through commercial compilations from 2002, 2003, didn't find that commercial, only found a handful of Oswald commercials. We believe it must have aired in 2002 based on all of this, information we've been gathering. But most of all, kind of the update that has come about since we last talked about it, probably 2 weeks ago, I guess, is that things are not looking good. I saw someone say earlier, though, that like when LSSQ said that Slamfest wasn't going good, I felt that. And like, I wouldn't say this is going as bad as Slamfest. Slamfest is going really bad. This is not as bad as Slamfest, but it's kind of throwing things for a loop. So one of the biggest issues that like we're running into here is that the claims are so vague and so varied. There's only a handful of them from Reddit, which is where the topic even originated from. And not me, Seeker of the Lost contacted the people on Reddit that made the claims, and he tried to get more information out of them. But unfortunately, like our primary source in this case didn't really help us beyond what we already knew. In fact, one of them, I think there were two of them. One of them kind of just added some more like contradictory, confusing. No, one of them actually didn't know much more than what they already posted about on the Reddit. So that was one person. And then the other guy kind of added some like contradictory like statements to what we had already like gathered. Like between the Nickelodeon server, Seeker, and myself, we kind of figured out it would have had to have aired in 2002, and it would have had to have been like prime time. But the guy from Reddit was saying that like, no, he remembers it airing in the afternoon, and that Nick Jr. ran until like 5 p.m. But we know Nick Jr. didn't run until 5 p.m. It would usually end at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The only time it would run after hours is if there was a special, like, like a Nick Jr. special at night, like a primetime special. But this commercial probably wouldn't have aired during one of those kinds of things. And I've also gone through more compilations of commercials that span beyond Nick Jr. and Nickelodeon. Like I was looking through MTV ones, and I was looking through like Nick on CBS ones. Just came up empty-handed. So if any of you guys know anything about that, that would be a great source of info as well, because we're not like totally out of leads yet. But it's very difficult, again, with advertising. It's very difficult finding advertising in general, but also just the fact that the claims are so vague and they're just so hard to like pinpoint. It's really throwing us for a loop here. So kind of a minor update on that. Things have not been going great. I guess like they've been going good in the sense that like we've been able to like debunk some stuff. Like I'm really glad we were able to find a Kids' Choice Awards 2002 broadcast, because if we never found one, I would have been really like anxious about that. I would have been like, oh, it's in the broadcast, it's got to be there, we just got to find it. But like now that we've found it and we know it's not there, it's like, okay, cool, we can cross that off the list. It's definitely not there. but it just opens up the door for like more possibilities as to where it could be or what it was, and that makes things, like really hard because again the details are so vague. It's kind of like looking for a needle in a haystack, I guess.
Speaking about Kids' Choice Awards, isn't there like a forum saying that like they're starting to get lost? I think I remember mentioning this like the last time, but
Wait, I
I
missed that
I
again.
can't recall. Um, I think I found a lost video forum that said that the Kids' Choice Awards are starting to become lost, even the ones from the recent decade of the 2010s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they're still like found or still are resurfaced, but like the ones from the 2000s, I think, or even the 2010s, because I think no one possibly cares about that, are starting to get lost. As well as the Hall of Games, that was also it was a Cartoon Network like award show that was also lost media for a while. That aired in the
Oh,
2010s.
Hall of Games was actually lost for a while.
Yeah, because there was a video that it was a meme, and I find it funny every time I watch it, but it was like Hall of Games Awards in the nutshell, and like the YouTuber who did it does a ton of Kids' Choice Awards in a nutshell, where he just memes on the whole like how crappy the award shows from Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network are, and he was requested to do Hall of Games from Cartoon Network, and he said in the beginning of the video that he couldn't find anything originally about the video. He tried Reddit, he didn't find anything, and he tried Google, he didn't find anything until he went to the Lost Media forums and found like a recording of the original 2011 broadcast.
Wow, that's crazy. Because
Yeah,
I remember like seeing that on TV.
they did like a bunch of them, like I think until 20, no, I think they did like until 2013 or 2014, and they just gave up.
Also, I saw Seeker in the chat again. He says, I know we and him have been talking about it, but he says he was fully convinced that it was in the 2002 Kids Choice Awards. What makes you think that after we went through or I know you and me didn't do it, but the guy I was talking to went through the whole broadcast. So I'm curious, what makes you think it was actually there, or do you think it was maybe in like, yeah, explain that because I'm really curious now. Why you think that? Because I am pretty confident, or at least from my view of it, like unless the guy missed something, or maybe like it was shown in like a little like block before the Kids Choice Awards or after the Kids Choice Awards, maybe like just for example, like maybe it was shown at like Nick at Night on the day that the Kids Choice Awards was broadcast. So that's where the confusion coming in. After going through the whole thing though, or the guy having gone through the whole thing, I can't see it being in there.
Or okay, I just found something really cool. Someone put it in the chat. Was like what I was talking about with the Hall of
Wait,
Games.
wait, wait,
Not,
hold up. Um,
oh, wait, okay.
Dav said they air the Kids' Choice Awards twice.
A few
It-
times, I believe. Like they did encores and not encores, but just repeats or reruns
Did they do that
of
in
it.
2002?
Oh, no, 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 no. You're talking about the Cybersonic one. I was gonna talk about that one.
Wait,
What are you reading right now? Just so
okay.
we could.
Oh, was Dave replying to? I saw that Dave or Dav said they air the Kids' Choice Awards twice. So maybe there, and I guess he didn't finish his thought, but
Yeah,
that just caught my attention. Like,
I remember they did reruns like after it originally was live aired, but that was it. I think they went on until 2014 or 2013. It was like I think the last one they actually did was with Nick Cannon, and it had like a promotion for Escape from Planet Earth. And if you know that animated film, you're a Chad. But it had that song like in the commercial. They had like this advertisement with the music video from Owl City Shooting Stars, and I believe that was the last Hall of Games they did.
oh, I also saw that Epic Fwen said they do air them twice. I remember that. Oh my gosh. Well, that might be a new lead then. Maybe the Kids' Choice Awards that we had seen I believe the one that the guy looked through for me was the premiere. Maybe it aired during the rerun of it. That is interesting.
That is,
Geez,
yeah.
I'll
I
have to
just,
look into that.
yeah, I just
Yo,
wanna
see, yeah,
like,
yeah. Seeker's on the same page too. Yeah, we might have to find another copy. But the other question I wanna propose is, if the Kids' Choice Awards aired twice, do we know what day it aired? Its
oh,
second.
I could basically, what I remember back when I was watching the Kids' Choice Awards, it would have aired like about like a few hours after it actually originally was live, and as well as the day after. Somewhere the day after the Kids' Choice Awards was hold like originally live or something
Okay,
like that.
so
You get what I'm saying? Or I'll repeat.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, so I
Okay.
was just thinking like they showed it once in like, because I think the 2002 one was in April. So at first I was thinking like, oh, April in what, like November. But if it was recently after, then we might have to find a broadcast from like the next day or. Okay, so that kind of narrows it down. I was worried we weren't going to know what like day they aired it, but if it's all relatively the same time frame, then
Yeah,
okay.
my advice for you, if you like, possibly look for the recordings after the day the Kids' Choice Awards that you're looking for was like hold, and you possibly might find it. I'm just giving you a little help.
Yeah, I saw some of the chats too. Like, Dave said it airs an hour after. Epic Fwen said they air them live and repeated it for people in other time zones, but not to burst your bubble. But it's usually the same exact thing, including the commercials. Okay,
All
I
right.
guess that throws us for a secondary loop. I'll look into this more though.
I wanna cover this one that Cybersonic put in chat, which I remembered. So back in the Hall of Game Awards 2014, basically they actually aired the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man, the first one from 2002, and I remember there was advertisements for that, like back in that time. However, that was the only time they aired Spider-Man 2002. And I never watched it, like, when they aired it, but apparently, according to Cybersonic, he stated that there was some, like, scenes that were cut out due to censorship, like Uncle Ben's death. And I found that really cool. And I think I found on YouTube, like, a promo for Spider-Man on Cartoon Network, but I'm not sure.
I think we're probably gonna wrap it up soon since we're at 1 hour and 58 minutes.
Why does my
Yeah.
timer say 1 hour 52 minutes?
That's really
Oh,
weird. I'm
super
looking
chat.
at. Oh wait, I'm stupid. I'm looking at the recording time. I started recording a few minutes before.
Oh, okay. Well, my thing has like 8 minutes or so.
Oops.
Yeah, we could probably go for
Well,
another like 15 minutes.
Super chat. Paul
Oh,
Cernio.
I have to go in a bit.
All
yeah, I'll
right.
try
Well,
and yeah, I mean we don't have to go for like a ton longer, but I want to at least hit the 2 hour mark.
all
So,
right.
super chat. Paul, what's up, Paul? You guys know Paul. He said get to that 100K already. Yeah, man. I'm close. Or what am I at? I'm gonna round up. I'm at like 97,000, so only 3K more, and then I hit the 100K. So I'm hoping to do that. Like I think it can definitely happen by summer. I'd really like it to happen like by the summer, so I can recreate my 1,000 sub video in the same exact spot, like that I, or no, yeah, I'm gonna recreate the 1,000 sub video in the same exact spot when I do the 100,000 sub video. So I hope that'll happen by summer. I think it can definitely happen. I just gotta start making some videos on things people remember, unlike Mighty Beans, which I guess
Mighty
no one
Beans.
remembers.
I actually have right now with me. Hold on. Just gonna show you in Facecam after the stream. I actually have like a sealed package of Mighty Beats with me.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I
that's
used
cool.
to have some too. I don't know where they are, but
I
man,
remember
I
back in
remember them.
2012, that was the last time I heard of Mighty Beats because they were having like a Marvel superhero themed Mighty Beans. Oh, so before
I just realized there's something in the title of the stream that we haven't even talked about yet.
yeah, JBVO. Yeah, baby.
That was a great Johnny Bravo impression.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, before Cybersonic, I actually like said to chat like the Spider-Man airing of Cartoon Network back in 2008, so that's kind of interesting.
Anyways, let's
Okay.
talk about
Anyways,
JBVO.
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 Hell, any
Yeah.
updates
So,
or
oh yeah, I guess kind of a minor update slash like food for thought thing. I was on the Lost Media Wiki forums like a few days ago, and I saw that like someone had like posted in an old JBVO thread. I forget, they were getting my attention for something. I don't remember what it was, but it made me think about JBVO as a whole, and how the search for it has kind of like stopped existing altogether. Pretty much like JBVO was like this live action, or it was like a quote unquote live block on Cartoon Network that aired back in the late 90s, early 2000s, where viewers could call in and request shows, and Johnny Bravo would play them, and there was viewer interaction and stuff. And I think the thing that is really interesting to me about the whole thing is it's almost like the reverse of what it used to be. Like when I was first looking into it, the interest was that it existed and that it wasn't very well archived. But now it's almost the reverse. It's like no one cares about it anymore. And I think that is almost more interesting to me than anything else like at this point, because I can't believe how quickly that search just like dropped off the map. I remember when I made my video about it and talked about the DBZ request, that whole thing. It's, you guys can watch it on my channel. It's like an old video. Like people were really into it, and we actually found a little commercial
bit.
advertising the DBZ episode. I got up.
Nice
MP4747, can you give me some tips for finding overseas lost media? Yes, well, I'll do that after this JBVO thing. Thank you for that. Yeah, so we were trying to find so we were trying to find that Dragon Ball Z episode with the Dragon Ball Z request, and it was only like a rumor at that point. And then Captain Bizarre, who I haven't even talked to in a long time, he used to be around a lot. He hasn't really been around that much anymore.
I remember talking
anyway.
to him a while ago. Well, not a while ago, but when JBVO things were being found, I was like, "Oh, hey, where did you find that?" And he just told me about it. But yeah, I think he's still like in the LMW Discord, I believe, but not that
Yeah,
active.
I know he like deleted his Twitter, I think, which is, I remember like seeing, I followed a lot of his tweets on Twitter. He was a big VHS tape collector. And that's where he found a lot of his stuff from. But anyway, once he found that clip, like I feel like that's when it peaked, right? And then after a while, everyone kind of like was still looking around for JBVO stuff. But I think over the years, people seriously lost interest. And even when I had found Tune FM and what the heck, what the Viva Las Bravo, the other Johnny Bravo blocks, no one really seemed to have the same interest in them as that original like JBVO search effort from a couple of years prior to that. And something that I thought was also interesting was I discovered yet another Johnny Bravo block. I don't really know how lost it is. I don't really know anything about it, but it's called Big Bravo Breakfast. There's an opening for it on YouTube you can find. I think it was uploaded by someone who actually made it, because in the description he states that like he made it, the opening, so he must have worked at Cartoon Network. But that was only a European block, as well as Toon FM and all those other ones, which leads me to another confusing bit about JBVO, because not so much JBVO in itself, but Toon FM and all those other European Johnny Bravo blocks. Man, there was like, I feel like every so often we find another existence of another like dub for those blocks. There's like a Swedish dub, like a Ukrainian dub, a UK dub, like a French dub, a Russian dub, which I didn't even know existed. I think that's actually what the guy was trying to tell me on the forums, was that he found a Russian dub for a promo that was in Russian, like all this crazy stuff. And like, it just all like comes up from nowhere. And I feel like no one's really documenting it anymore. No one really cares about it anymore. On top of the fact that JBVO, the American JBVO, I went to the Lost Media Wiki article recently about JBVO, and most of the episodes that were actually there are gone now. Like like the videos were just taken down from YouTube or deleted or they're gone. So I don't even think we had as many episodes as we did years ago when the search was kind of fresh, which adds more complications to it. And on top of all that, the last time I talked to Captain Bizarre about it, he even said to me that like JBVO aired way longer than what we all thought. Like, like we were thinking that it aired, I think, for less than a year, and then it was canceled because of the low ratings or something. But he showed me some proof. I don't remember what it was, if it was a schedule or some kind of like newspaper article, something. JBVO aired like way longer than we thought, like more than a year. And yeah, it got really crazy. It got really confusing. So I guess it's not really like an update, so to speak, but just in general, like JBVO, Tune FM, Viva Las Bravo, Big Bravo Breakfast, all those blocks are just like crazy. And if you go to the forums, this was a really old forum on the Lost Media Wiki. There was even a thread that talked about an unknown like CGI Johnny Bravo like test like it was like a test animation or something. I don't even know who made it. We never found out what its origin was. I had contacted the guy that posted it on Instagram, and he never got back to me, as far as I know. So there's like five Johnny Bravo spin-off block like mysteries, and they're all going to go unsolved because there's so many different versions, there's so many different dubs, there's so many different releases. I think like Tune FM in itself, I think, got like a few different releases, like a few different iterations. I know there were different dubs for them, but I think there was different branding for them too. And they had special blocks. I remember Tune FM had a live from Tokyo block at one point, which I think is lost. So man, it's a crazy topic, and it's just so funny because I feel like everyone just forgot about it, and like while everyone was forgetting about it, like 10 billion more things came up about it that are lost. So I don't know, man. It just JBVO is a crazy
Johnny Bravo
topic.
got more love from Cartoon Network than the woman he tried to get in the TV series. Oh my cow! Holy cow! That's true. Like all these stuff with blocks, and I think they gave him in India. He was beloved on Cartoon Network, so they gave him his own movie there as well, which was pretty.
I saw the Goth Cat Girl said, "Does Albanian JBVO exist?" Which is a deep cut reference to an old joke we had on the Lost Media Wiki, about the Albanian dub of SpongeBob, when people were looking for dubs and it was getting really out of hand because everyone was making articles for like the most obscure dubs for the most obscure shows, and they would like flood the forums, and people were like, "Can you not make a thread about the lost Albanian dub of blanks?" Honestly, maybe a lost Albanian JBVO dub does exist.
Sultan said in chat for LSK to go to check Discord or your DMs, I think.
I also noticed in chat somebody said there's a real Pedro in the chat. So hi Pedro.
I'm so sorry, Pedro.
Hi, Pedro, I love you.
I'm
Oh,
so
yeah,
sorry your name is Pedro.
Oh yeah, Sultan. I think I've seen these before. Sultan, he sent me title scene sequences to JBVO. I think I've seen them. I have not read this thread though. Old school scene nostalgia. So I will read that one though. And before I forget though, I want to get to MP474's super chat. They said, "Can you give me some tips for finding overseas lost media like in Japan?" Yeah, so this is kind of something that I discussed like last year a little bit, and it's kind of a I don't want to say like a looming topic in the community, because I don't want to really say it's looming, but searching for overseas lost media is really hard, and I say that because I think of Hitogata, the Japanese PSA that we're not even sure if it actually exists. That was probably one of the biggest foreign lost media searches that has come to the wiki, really. And it kind of ended up unraveling pretty badly just because of the language barrier. It was so hard to like research Japanese like, forums and message boards and getting information about this, not being in the country. And the best we could do was Daikate, I think, sent some Japanese companies like handwritten letters, asking for details about this stuff. But like that's gonna take months, like getting mail over there, if we even get replies at all. I don't even know if we're gonna get a reply. So it's just crazy, like, and that's just one example. Another example I can think of is like the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Phantom Blood movie, which wasn't actually searched for on the wiki. It was searched for in a different Discord server I was a part of I'm still in it, but I was active in there for a while, but that kind of dried up too when we just ran out of leads and we just didn't know where to go. There was a rumor actually that kind of spread around that stated bootleg copies of the film were passed around at some anime conventions back in the day, right? But that's just kind of a claim. We can't really prove or disprove that. And I remember people in the Discord server were even saying like, how would we even like get into a bootleg like group like that, like a bootleg VHS trading group? Like, how would you do it? So I guess to give you some tips, I guess I gave you a bunch of hurdles, not really tips, but I would say like tips. Man, I want to say probably one of the best things you could do is like, I don't want to say try and find someone who. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. I guess let me say this. It's best to have a connection to someone who's actually in the country of origin that you're looking for stuff for. And I'm not going to get into a lot of details with this because it's a very fresh development, but earlier someone said something about Batman fights Dracula. Any updates on that? I have a very, 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 very major update on that, but it's still under wraps, so I can't say too much about it. Essentially, though, I have someone from the Philippines who is like on board with the search. They are going to do a big search for it. So in that way, while I can't really search for it myself, they're going to be like, they're going to be like they're going to search for it, like through me, I guess, and that's like a really good thing. So I think just in general, making connections is probably the best thing you can do. And that's not always easy, especially with the language barriers. I know that a lot of people from the Philippines or whatever, like can speak English and stuff. I guess in Japan too, that's, I know English is like their secondary language, but a lot of people in Japan though don't speak English. So trying to find people who want to search for that lost media stuff that also speak English that you can communicate with and all that, it gets very complicated. But I think from my personal experience, the best thing you can do is make connections with people who have knowledge of those foreign countries. And from there, you can probably, get better leads and get better insight. Like, I don't know if for the Phantom Blood search, if we ever really got in contact with people from Japan. I don't think we really did, but perhaps had we done that, had we actually like found people in Japan who were willing to help us, maybe things could have ended up differently, but we just didn't have the connections. We could only do so much ourselves. And eventually, I'm not saying it's anyone's fault, but just eventually the search died out because we just ran out of leads. We could only buy so much like character concept material from Yahoo Japan, right, and scan it and archive it. Like we just couldn't really get into like VHS tape stores in Japan, hoping that we find a bootleg copy at like a flea market or like it's just that's the thing. And I saw I got a super chat. Oh, yeah, Sultan said sent you 2 leads for Big Bravo breakfast. Okay, yeah. Oh, I don't think I've actually. I have not seen those before, so I will get to those. Thank you for that. Also, a couple things. We've we've hit the 2-hour mark, so I think we're probably going to call it quits here. The only other thing, well, I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else, like let me know. You guys have anything else to
say? I think it's like concluded.
I did ask Stewart to do a scout impression. TF2 scout.
Hank Hill killed me. I could not do any more impressions tonight.
I think
hey,
I'm
the
this
scout.
Is kind of rough. Oh, sorry. I don't know. I think like just like a short, like brief like short time. Any thoughts on the Pokemon Direct? Even though it's off
I did not
topic,
watch
but
it because I'm not a Pokemon fan. Just saying that from the core.
ooh.
You're lame,
Um,
Rift.
Oh, you guys
Uh,
are you guys Pokemon
Lame
fans?
Rift.
Except Rift?
I am but I'm not a hardcore Pokemon fan, but I've grew up with collecting Pokemon trading cards and all that. I would say that this Pokemon Direct was pretty decent. Um, I'm on board with the Nintendo DS remakes of Diamond and Pearl. The- And as well as like the open world free roaming like new IP that they're doing or spin-off, I think. So yeah, that's like my thoughts about it.
Yeah, I'm not like a big Pokemon fan anymore. I stopped playing after Gen 5 because I didn't like the shift to 3D. But the Diamond and Pearl remakes they look more faithful to me, like what I would expect a remake to look like, unlike I don't like the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire stuff. That got way too crazy for me. I didn't even play those ones. But this one looks more faithful to what I would expect a remake to look like. So I'm thinking about maybe picking it up. I'm not sure though, because like I just haven't played Pokemon in so long, and I again, like Pokemon ended for me after Gen 5, and I have like 647 out of the 649 Pokemon. So like I have almost all of them from that era. And I just don't really know what I would really do in like a remake of Diamond and Pearl. Like because I used to collect the Pokemon. That's what I used to do. I used to play the games just to get the Pokemon. So I don't really have any reason to catch Pokemon I already have again. But maybe I will just buy it for the nostalgia. But the Arceus thing, I don't really care about that at all.
All right. All right. So this is where I think
I
A
think I'm
random
gonna.
channel said I got the 100th sub on the Lostcast channel.
really
I
I'm
think.
gonna
101 actually.
Oh, 101. Nice, nice. Yeah,
yeah.
so actually you guys, okay, I guess oh oh Paul said you're gonna make a Pokemon team and battle me, dog. Yeah,
Bro.
actually, if you got Paul, if you got because you have a Switch, so if you got one of the Diamond or Pearl remake, that would give me way more reason for me to get a remake, and I could actually make that team. Like I could make the team that I keep saying I'm going to make. I could make it in the remake, and then we could battle on Switch, which would actually be a really good. That would be a really good motivator to actually like get the game.
Yeah, I think
Because
online battle is for me one of the reasons I'm getting the remake.
yeah, I guess I didn't even think about that. I've never been competitive with Pokemon really. I just never really got into it that much outside of like the friend group. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I could try. Maybe it would be fun to like do competitive Pokemon stuff. Um,
Well,
Well, I think
I
I think
guess.
that's where we're probably gonna cut it off tonight. We've gone for a little over 2 hours. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
yeah,
few things before we end here. Paul said too easy, my Pokemon will mess you up. Nah, I think if I have a fresh start in a fresh Pokemon game, I think I'll definitely have like a better advantage, I think, because like I won't be like held back by like my old my old Pokemon and my old like all the because some games have like I remember like migrating or not like just trading some and I remember I did breed some. So there's all kinds of crazy stuff in the old games. But if I started fresh with fresh new strategies, I think we'd have a good competition on our hands. Um, I also Lucio B said, "I hope you get to 100K subs soon." Yeah, I hope so too. I'm so close. Um, Lizzie Clifford said the Ed and Eddie creator has been contacted for the 3-man pilot. I haven't heard. Oh, I'm pretty sure he said it didn't exist at one point. I was gonna say I hope you didn't contact him, but I guess it's okay if you did. He probably doesn't get like a lot of emails about it anymore, but he was contacted back in the day. Like not even it had nothing to do with my research. I think just after my video came out, people were like asking him about it, and he said it didn't exist. And it's just Lois said, "Can you help me with the missing Disney Channel wand indents? It's hard or IDs. It's hard to find. Also, I believe there is a wand ID that they listed as fake. Do you guys know anything about that? I know about the wand thing. I know that was like a big, people were into that,
Yep.
as they are with advertisements and stuff. I would have to refresh myself with that, though I haven't really even looked at it in a long time, but I remember those were cool. I can look into it.
That's
And then
a
the
big
final thing I want to
nostalgia.
say is this channel. I know I just posted it, but we're really trying to build it up. The channel I just posted is the Lostcast archive channel. So this stream is not going to be staying up on my channel. We're going to put it on that channel right after we end it. We'll got to do some stuff to it to get it on. It's not going to be like instant, but it's going to go up on that channel. Also, I'm probably going to pick out a couple highlights that I want to put as highlight videos so you guys can relive the Lostcast moments if you don't want to watch
Like
the
the
whole.
Hank Hill impression.
And the Johnny Bravo one. I wasn't even trying for that.
Anyways, yeah.
We wanna thank Blame It on Jorge for showing up.
Yeah, special thanks to you, bro. You're my hero, bro. Childhood man.
We have to thank everybody for
Yeah,
showing
thank-
up because
thank
this has
you
been a
everyone.
blast.
This
Thanks
is-
to 152 viewers.
I think
as well.
there's more total. I think LSSQ can probably see the stats, but thank you to everyone that came. Thank you to everyone that stayed from the beginning to the very end. Thank you for just everyone for supporting us, and for anyone that subscribed to the new channel. We love you, and we'll hopefully return to this place in as soon as
Ooh.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think our plan was like we're gonna like aim for like once every 2 weeks, and it's gonna try and be the same day, same time. So like
Yeah.
not next Friday, but the Friday after that, at 7
Yeah.
p.m. If we can get things together, we're gonna aim for this to be consistent. So plan for the next episode to be in 2 weeks,
Yep.
same time, and they'll be on this channel though, like L Supersonic Q. Again, the archive is just the archive, but this is really good for like really kicking it off. Like I was feeling it.
Yeah, I was feeling it too.
Yeah, same.
Also,
This is really fun.
yeah, that was really cool to just share out.
Even for first time, is this okay, guys? I wanted to ask you: is this a pilot or episode 1?
Episode 1, I feel like, or both. It could be, kind of.
Well, true, it could be both because
I feel like this is episode 1. I think our pilots were the me and my friends thing.
Yeah, the Me and My Friends stakes were just 3 episodic, or I
the
think
real
2
me and my
episodic
friends were the
pilots.
friends we made along the way.
Also, I just want to give like a special thanks to Sultan, our mods, Sultan and what was it? Sultan and the Seeker of Lost for chatting with us as well.
Yeah. So
Oh, you say your.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna like collectively say I think that's it. So we're gonna call it here.
All right. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone.
We'll see you soon.
Adios, guys.
Goodbye.